Welcome to Learners Math TV. In this video, you can be prepared for the second periodical test. This is intended for you grade 9 students. Let us start with this problem. A rectangular field has an area of 96 square meter. If the length of the field is 12 square root of 2 meters, what is the width of the field? Let x be the width of the rectangle. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, ang formula natin ay length times width is equal to area. Ilagay natin ngayon dito yung 12 square root of 2 meters na ating length, given length, then times the width which is represented by the variable x. Then equals to 96 square meter. Then multiply 12 square root of 2 times x. So magiging 12 square root of 2x. Then equals 96 square meter. Now, let us divide both sides by 12 square root of 2. Pag dinivide natin ang 12 square root of 2 divided by 12 square root of 2, makakancel na yan. Equals to 1 yan eh. So, mangyayari dyan, it will become x. X na lang siya. Then, equals 96 divided by 12 square root of 2. Now, i-apply naman natin yung rationalizing the denominator. Ayan, i-rationalize natin by multiplying the numerator and the denominator by the square root of 2. Saan galing yung square root of 2? Okay, kung ano yung katabi ritong radicals dito sa denominator, yun din ang ipang-multiply natin dyan. Hindi kasama itong 12 yung radicals lang. Okay? So, ang mangyayari dyan ay 96 times square root of 2 at saka, ayan. Ayan. I-multiply din natin yung baba. Ayan. 12 magiging 24. Bakit? Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is equal to 2. Then times 12 is equal to 24. Equals 96 divided by 24 is equal to 4. So, ang pinaka-final answer natin dyan ay 4 square root of 2. So, in this problem, our answer is letter C. Okay? So, meron pa tayong susunod na mga problems. Swimming pool has a length of 10 square root of 2 meters and width of 5 square root of 2 meters. What is the perimeter of the pool? Ang formula ng ating perimeter ay 2 times the quantity length times the width. Now, ang gawin natin dyan, ilagay natin yung ating mga given. Ang length, given length natin ay 10 square root of 2 at ang given width ay 5 square root of 2. Yan, nakalagay naman dyan. And then, i-add natin yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. So, copy na lang natin yung radicals. 15 square root of 2. Then, i-multiply naman natin yung 2 times 15 becomes 30 square root of 2. So, ang final answer natin dyan ay 30 square root of 2 meters. So, therefore, ang sagot sa problem na yan ay letter B. Okay? The same given, but different question. A swimming pool has a length of 10 square root of 2 meters and width of 5 square root of 2 meters. Dito naman ang tanong, what is the ratio of the length to the width of the pool? Yan. So, kung ang ating length ay 10 square root of 2, so, ang ratio, di ba, yan ay pwede natin isulat in fraction form. So, that is 5 square root of 2. So, if we're going to divide square root of 2 divided by square root of 2, ang matitira na lang ay 10 is to 5. Diba? 10 over 5 or 10 is to 5. So, to simplify that, it becomes 2. So, ibig sabihin, ang final answer natin sa problem na yan ay 2 meters. A rectangle has a length of 5 square root of 3 meters and a width of 2 square root of 3 meters. What is the area? So, alam natin ang formula ng area ay equal sa length times the width. So, lagay natin yung ating mga given. Ang area equal sa ating length na 5 square root of 3 at i-multiply natin sa 2 square root of 3. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, multiply natin yung dalawang numerical coefficient ng ating radicand. 5 times 2 and then the square root of 3 times the square root of 3. Ang mangyayari, ang square root of 3 times square root of 3 is equal to 3 at ang 5 times 2 is equal to 10. Tapos, i-multiply natin yung 10 times 3. So, our final answer would be 30 square meter. So, nasan ba rito yan? So, ibig sabihin, in that problem, our answer is letter A. A square has an area of 48 square centimeter. Find the length of each side of the square. So, ang area ng square ay equal sa square ng length ng kanyang sides. We all know that the square has 4 equal sides. So, S squared is equal to 48 because 48 is our given area. Ayan, 48 square centimeter. Then what we need to do is extract the square root from both sides of the equation. Let us first simplify 48 inside the radicals. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, gawin natin 4 squared times 3. 4 squared means 16 because 16 times 3 is equal to 48. So, dahil yan ay may exponent na 2 at ang index niya ay 2, so according to the laws of radical, pwede na nating ilabas. Kaya, ang length ng ating sides ay 4 square root of 3 is centimeter. So, therefore, ang answer natin sa problem na ito ay letter B. Ayan. Simplify the expression square root of 15 divided by square root of 3. Ayan, lagay natin. Equals. Okay. Kung natatandaan natin, yung laws of radicals, yung quotient rule ng radicals, wherein kapag nagdi-divide tayo ng dalawang radicals, pwede natin silang pagsamahin sa isang radicals kung parehas din lang naman yung kanilang mga index. So, yan yung ginawa natin dyan. Kaya pwede na natin i-divide yung 15 divided by 3. Ang matitira sa loob ay square root of 5. So, ibig sabihin, ang final answer natin sa problem na ito ay letter A. Next, simplify the expression square root of 8 times the square root of 3. So, paano gagawin natin dyan? So, square root of 8 times square root of 3 is equal to square root of 24. And then, yung 24, kunin natin yung factor niya. Yung isang factor niya ay perfect square kasi ang index natin dito ay 2 at ang isang factor naman ay 6 na hindi siya perfect square. At wala na siyang factor na perfect square. Okay? Kasi ang 6, ang factor niya na lang yan ay 6 times 1 tsaka 3 times 2. So, wala nang natitira siyang factor na perfect square, kundi ito lang 4. So, ibig sabihin, kung itong 4 ay perfect square, the square root of 4 is 2, pwede na natin siyang ilabas. Okay? So, ang ating magiging pinaka-final answer is 2 square root of 6. So, ibig sabihin, ang final answer natin ay letter A. Next. What is the sum of square root of 8 plus square root of 72? Hindi natin yan pwedeng basta-basta na lang i-add. Kailangan may simplify muna natin yung bawat radical. So, anong gagawin natin dyan? Ayan. Etong square root ng 8 ay naging square root of 4 times 2. Di ba ang 4 times 2 ay 8? Tapos ang 72 naman ay naging 36 times 2. Okay? Yan yung mga napili natin factors dahil ang index natin ay 2 o square root. Ngayon, ang square root ng 4 ay 2 at ang square root ng 36 ay 6. Kaya pwede na natin siyang ilabas. Meron na tayong 2 square root of 2 plus 6 square root of 2. Ngayon, i-add na natin yung 2 at saka 6. Magiging 8 square root of 2. Yan na ngayon yung ating magiging pinaka-final answer. Kaya sa problem na ito, ang ating final answer ay letter C. Evaluate quantity square root of 2 minus 3 and times the quantity square root of 2 plus 2 over square root of 2. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, okay, multiply natin by FOIL method. Eto, diba? Yan yung pattern. First to first. Ayan. Last to last. Yan. Inner and the outer. Ayan. So, i-multiply natin yan. Ayan. Pag minultiply natin yan, yung square root of 2 times square root of 2 ay 2. Eto na yan. Then, pag minultiply naman natin, yung square root of 2 times 2, that is 2 square root of 2. Negative 3 times the square root of 2, that is negative 3 square root of 2. Then negative 3 times 2 is equal to negative 6. Then, divide square root of 2. Now, let us simplify this numerator. Ayan. Magiging, pagsamahin natin itong 2 at negative 6. 2 minus 6 is negative 4. And then, di ba ito ay 2 minus 3, that is negative 1. So, kopyahin na lang natin ito. May negative 1 dyan na invisible katabi. Okay, kaya susulat na lang natin dyan ay negative square root of 2 na lang. Diba? Kasi ang 2 minus 3 is equal to negative 1. Then, divided by square root of 2. Now, the next thing to do is rationalize the denominator. Ayan. Then, let us multiply negative 4 times square root of 2 is negative 4 square root of 2. Negative square root of 2. Diba? Times a positive square root of 2 is negative 2. Then, square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4. So, square root of 4 is equal to 2. Ayan. Ngayon, if na-encounter mo na pwede pang i-divide itong whole number dun sa mga whole number na nasa taas, di divide pa. Kung hindi na, so therefore, yan na yung pinaka-answer natin. Kaso pwede pa yun. Negative 4 divided by 2, pwede yan, is equal to negative 2. Tapos negative 2 divided by 2 is equal to negative 1. Kaya ganito magiging pinaka-final answer natin dyan. Ayan. Diba? Negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. Tapos copy na lang to. Tapos negative 2 divided by 2 is equal to negative 1. So, our final answer is letter A in this problem. Okay, next problem tayo. Find the quotient of square root of 2 divided by 3 plus square root of 2. O dito, gagamit na tayo ng tinatawag nating conjugate. We're going to rationalize the denominator of this given radical expression by the conjugate. So, what is the conjugate of this radical expression? Ayan. Okay, that's the conjugate. We're going to divide the numerator and the denominator by its conjugate. So, ang conjugate, parang yung kabaliktaran nito. Diba makita mo, magkamukha sila. Maliban lang dun sa, eto ay plus, yun naman ay minus. So, dito galing yan. Ang gagawin lang, instead na plus, ang conjugate niya ay magiging minus. So, ganun ang gagawin ninyo. Okay, next. Equals. Ayan. Multiply mo ito doon. Diba? Magiging 3 square root of 2. Tapos ito, 2 square root of 2 times negative square root of 2 is negative 2. And then, divided by, eto na lang. 3 times 3 is equal to 9, di ba? Tapos square root of 2 times square root of 2 is equal to negative 2. Ganun na lang yon kasi pag eto minultiply mo at eto, it becomes 0 na yan eh. Wala na siyang gitna. Okay? So magiging ganyan na lang yan. 9 minus 2 na lang. Di ba? 3 times 3 is 9. Square root of 2 times negative square root of 2 is negative 2. So, pag minultiply mo kasi itong yan. 3 square root of 2 is negative 3 square root of 2. Tapos ito naman, pag minultiply mo, positive. So, positive, negative, pareha sila, magiging 0. Kaya wala na tayong gitna dyan. Okay, next. Ayan. 3 square root of 2 minus 2. Tapos, ang 9 minus 2 ngayon, simplify natin, magiging 7. Ayan. So, pwede pa ba nating i-divide? Hindi na, di ba? So, therefore, ang magiging final answer natin dyan ay, ayan. Yan na yung final answer natin. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, that is letter D. Okay, yan na. Letter D ang final answer natin dyan. Okay, susunod na problem. So, find the product of 3 square root of 2 plus 2 times the quantity 2 times square root of 8 minus 3. Ayan. So, i-multiply lang natin yan by FOIL method. Ayan. First to first. Last to last. Outer to outer or yung extremes niya. Tapos yung inner. Ayan. Then, ang gagawin natin dyan, etong 8 kasi, we need to simplify that. Gawin natin 4 times 2. Then, etong 4 ay may square root. Square root yan eh, di ba? May square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2. Lalabas natin siya. Ang mangyayari dyan ngayon, pag nilabas natin yung square root of 2 rito, nandito na siya. Ayan na. Kinopya lang muna natin yan. And then, what will happen is, yan, 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Ayan. So, pwede na natin, pagdating dito, yan, parehas na yung kanilang radicand. Parehas na, pwede na natin i-multiply yan. Mas simple na. Okay? So, paano ito naging 24? Diba? 3 square root of 2 times 4 square root of 2. 3 times 4 is equal to 12. And then, square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. So, kung may 12 ka at may 2, 12 times 2 equals 24. Okay? Tapos ito naman, negative 9 square root of 2. Paano nangyari yon? Ito yon. 3 square root of 2 times negative 3. So, negative 3 times 3, di ba? Negative 9. And just copy the radicals. And then, eto namang 8 square root of 2, dito naman siya galing. 2 times 4 square root of 2, 2 times 4 is equal to 8, then square root of 2. And then yung negative 6, galing dito sa 2 times negative 3. 2 times negative 3 equals to negative 6. Now, let us simplify. 24 minus 6, ilan na lang yun? Ayan, 18, di ba? 24 minus 6, 18. And then, negative 9 square root of 2 plus 8 square root of 2 is equal to negative 1 square root of 2. So, hindi na natin susulat uli yung 1 dyan. It's understood na may invisible 1 yan dyan. So, that is our final answer. So, therefore, in this problem, our final answer is letter A. Okay, next problem tayo. If the simplest form of the radical expression is square root of 24, is in the form of m square root of n, what is the value of m plus n? Ano raw ang value ng m plus n? Okay, ang gagawin lang natin dyan, itong 24 ay isa-simplify natin in this form. Okay? So, paano yun? 24. So, that is equal to 4 times 6. Bakit natin ginawang ganyan? Kasi naghahanap tayo, dahil ang ating index ay 2, naghahanap tayo ng perfect square number. doon sa 24, sa factor ng 24. Okay? Then, next is, yung square root ng 4 ay 2, labas na natin yan, matitira doon ay 6 sa loob. So, ibig sabihin ngayon, no? Therefore, m plus n is equal to 2 plus 6. Ayan, no? M plus n, 2 plus 6. So, ibig sabihin, our final answer is, okay, letter C. Diba? 8. Ayan, pag na-encounter nyo yung ganyan mga klaseng tanong, ganyan lang ang gagawin dyan. Okay, next. What is the simplest form of the fourth root of x raised to 5 and y raised to x raised to 5 times y raised to 8? Okay, yan. X. Ayan. Lagay natin dito. How are we going to simplify that? Ayan. Etong square root of 5, our target is magkaroon tayo ng square root of 4 para may simplify natin mamaya and then may sobrang isa yan. Diba? 4 plus 1 equals 5. So, ayan. Tapos itong y square root of 8, dahil divisible naman siya sa 4, pwedeng i-divide sa 4, hindi na natin yan na-expand. Shortcut na lang. So, ang gagawin lang natin dyan, i-divide lang natin. Okay? Anong mangyayari ngayon? Etong x raised to 4, yung x na yan, pwede na natin ilabas dahil parehas lang naman sila ng index at saka ng exponent. So, that is according to the laws of radical. And then, matitira yung x dun sa loob pa rin. Okay? Then, ito namang y raised to 8. Yung 8 na yan, i-divide lang natin dun sa index. 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. Tapos lalagyan na natin siya sa labas. So, ito na ang ating magiging pinaka-final answer dyan. Xy squared, then the fourth root of x. So, it means to say, ang pinaka-final answer natin dyan ay letter A. Okay, next problem. And simplify the expression 8th root of the square root of x. Ayan. The 8th root of the square root of x. Ayan. Paano gagawin natin dyan? Okay? So, ayan. So, pwede natin yan i-transform parehas into exponential form. Okay? Yung rational exponent. Ayan. Di ba ito ay x raised to 1 half? Tapos, itong buo na to, yan, nasa loob sila ng parenthesis. Okay? They are in the power of 1 is to 8. Okay? 1 ang exponent, then 8 ang kanilang index. So, ganyan tayo, di ba? Pag nagtatransform tayo from radicals to rational exponent. Now, ang gagawin natin dyan, i-multiply natin by power of power rule. Di ba? Power of power rule. Okay? Ang mangyayari dyan, 1 times 1 is 1, and then 8 times 2 is equal to 16. And then, saka natin ngayon itatransform at ibabalik natin uli siya sa radical form. So, ang mangyayari dyan ay magiging the 16th root of x. So, yan na yung ating magiging pinaka-final answer. Okay? So, ang final answer natin ay letter C. Actually, kung nagmamadali ka naman, pwede naman di ba alam mo naman ang index nito? That is a multiple pag 'di ba yung isa sa laws of radicals, pag multiple radicals, yung index niyan i-multiply mo. Ayan. 'Di ba 'to yan? 2 times 8 is equal to 16. So ayan agad, dito ka na agad. Hindi ka na dadaan dito. Ito lang naman ay pinapakita ko sa inyo kasi baka mamaya sa test, ang question naman ay ang hinahanap yung process. Okay? Baka malay mo, ito yung mga nasa pagpipilian yung process na yan. So, kaya pinapakita ko rin. Pero actually, you can do the shortcut. Just multiply 8 times 2 is equal to 16. So, ito na yon. Agad-agad na. Okay? So, next problem. Which of the following expression is the simplest form of the quantity 5x raised to negative 3, y raised to 6, raised to negative 1? So, ang gagawin lang natin dyan, i-multiply lang natin itong negative 1 sa lahat ng exponent na nasa loob ng parenthesis. Okay, ang exponent ng 5 ay 1. I-multiply natin yan sa negative 1. Ganon din naman ang exponent ng negative 3 at yung 0. So, ang mangyayari dyan, ang negative 1 times the positive 1 ay magiging negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 3 ay magiging positive 3 at negative 1 times 0 is equal to 0. Then, according to negative exponent rule, kapag negative ang exponent, okay, kukunin natin yung reciprocal niyan and the exponent will become positive na. That negative 1 ay magiging raised to 1 na siya, positive 1. And then, x raised to 3 will remain dyan sa taas. At yung y raised to 0, since yan ay equal sa 1, dahil dun sa zero power rule natin, kapag ang any quantity or variables ay raised to 0, that is equal to 1. Kaya hindi na natin susulat yan dahil yan ay equal lang naman sa 1. Okay? So, therefore, ang final answer natin dito sa problem na ito ay letter B. Simplified expression, quantity 5 raised to 9 over 6 raised to 6 raised to 1/3. So, i-multiply natin yung exponent, yung rational exponent na 1/3 sa exponent na nandoon sa loob at yan, yung 9 at saka 6 na yan. That is by the power of quotient rule. So, mangyayari dyan ay 1/3 times 9 is 9 over 3 and 1/3 times 6 is 6 over 3. Then, let us simplify the rational exponent. 9 divided by 3 is equal to 3 and 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. Kaya magiging 5 cubed over 6 squared. Then, that is equal to 5 cubed is 125. So, 6 squared is equal to 36. So, nandito na yan sa pagpipilian natin. Kaya hanggang dyan na lang tayo. Hindi naman natin na kailangan pa na i-simplify pa ito, reduce to lowest term or sa mixed number. So, nandyan na yung ating final answer na letter A sa problem na ito. Simplify 3 times the quantity 8 raised to 1/3. Ganito ang gagawin natin dyan. I-apply natin yung power of power rule. Yung 8 ay pwede nating isulat na 2 raised to 3. Diba? 2 raised to 3 is equal to 8. Tapos, i-multiply natin yung 3 sa 1/3. Yung exponent sa 1/3 by power of power rule. Ayan. 3 times 1/3, 3 times 1 is equal to 3, so magiging 3/3. 2 raised to 3/3. 3 divided by 3, di ba? 3 divided by 3 is just equal to 1. Kaya, pagdating dito ay magiging 3 times 2 na lang siya. And then, 3 times 2 is equal to 6. So, ibig sabihin, ang sagot natin sa problem na ito ay letter C. Dito naman sa question na ito, sinasabi na which of the following graphs represents the given equation y is equal to k over x. So, ang y is equal to k over x ay inverse variation. Okay, kaya ang pinaka-answer natin dyan ay eto. Okay, yan ang graph ng inverse variation. Kasi ito ang graph ng direct variation. Ito naman ay parabola. So, di ba? So, ito naman ay curve. So, hindi yan, kasi itong equation na to ay it's just a straight line. Kaya ito yon, ano? So, y is equal to k over x. Kapag direct variation naman, halimbawa, ang question, ay y is equal to k times x, direct variation naman siya, ito naman ang isasagot natin dyan. Okay, so depende yan sa given equation. O, tatandaan na, ito ang graph ng direct variation, ito naman ang graph ng inverse variation. O, ito sagot natin dyan kasi ito ay inverse variation. If P varies directly as Q and inversely as the square of S, and P is equal to 9 when Q is equal to 6 and S is equal to 2. We're going to find the value of P when Q is equal to 8 and S is equal to 4. So pag nagkaroon ng changes sa mga values ng Q at S, magkakaroon din ng pagbabago sa P. We're now dealing with combined variation. So ito ang ating magiging pinaka-equation. P is equal to, di ba? P is directly proportional to Q and inversely to the square of S. So, kunin muna natin yung ating constant K. So, i-plug in muna natin lahat ng mga value. Ang P ay 9, ang Q ay 6, at ang S ay 2. Then, magiging 2 squared is equal to 4. Tapos, multiply natin yung 4 times 9. Tapos, K times 6. Then, magiging 4 times 9 is equal to 36. Then, divide both sides by 6. So, the value of K is equal to 6. So, since meron na tayong value ng ating constant, gamitin na natin siya sa ating equation. Ayan na, nilagay na natin dito yung 6. Okay? So, ayan. Yung Q natin, yung bagong value ng Q natin ay 8. Ito. At yung bagong value natin ng S ay 4. So, ang mangyayari dyan ngayon ay 6 times 8 is equal to 48 and 4 squared is equal to 16. So, 48 divided by 16 is equal to 3. So, ang P natin ay equal sa 3, kaya ang answer natin dito sa problem na ito ay letter C. Which of the following equations represent the given table of values below? So, mapapansin natin na ang x ay nag-i-increase habang ang y naman ay nagdi-decrease. So, ang ibig sabihin niyan, ito ay nagre-represent ng inverse variation. Etong dalawa ay direct variation, kaya eliminate na natin sila sa pagpipilian. Dito na lang tayo mamimili. Ayan. So, ibig sabihin niyan, let's say, gamitin natin yung y is equal to k over x. Ang value ng k natin ay ang product ng x and y. So, 24 times 1 is 24, 12 times 2 is 24, 8 times 3 is 24, 4 times 6 is 24, 3 times 8 is 24. Tama. Yan nga ang ating constant. So, kung itatry natin yan, di ba, 24 divided by 1 is equal to 24. Yan. Then, 24 divided by 2, yung x natin, is equal to 12. Ganun din naman, 24 divided by 3 is equal to 8. So, ibig sabihin, eto nga, ano? Kahit 24 divided 6 is 4, 24 divided 8 is 3. So, ibig sabihin, eto nga yung equation natin na nagre-represent dito sa ating table. So, ibig sabihin, ang answer natin dyan sa question na yan ay letter C. So, lagi nating tatandaan, sa math ay maaari kang maging mahusay kung lagi kang handang mag-practice o magsanay. Sana makatulong sa inyo ang reviewer na ito.